Welcome to Hold for Applause. I'm Courtney Craig, and I am so excited to be back. I have taken a little bit of a break, and we are back off to the races in this new year. I know we're in February. I am so sorry. But we are back, baby. All right. And we got a fun surprise. I'm also doing this. If you're listening on audio, that's great, but I'm also recording via video right now. So if you have any interest in watching this on the YouTubes, as the children say, please head on over to my page at Quartz Craig's Comedy. You can also find me on TikTok and Instagram, and I'm doing all sorts of different fun characters over there. So come have fun, come play with me. And I'm so excited to do this show. Lots been going on. I don't know about you guys, but there has been a lot happening, obviously, in the world, but also just in life. I feel like everyone's gotten a lot of plates spinning in the air right now, a lot happening. I had a little bit of a break and I got a pedicure for the first time in a long, long time. And ooh, baby, did my pedicures know because she looked at the person next to her and basically, was strategizing how to tackle these dogs because they were no joke. We are going to need a bigger boat, I think. Choppy waters, and things were looking rough at one point. You know, she was up out of her seat, standing, hovering over my feet, working on them. And yes, I gave her a big old tip. Oh, baby, you know that I did because now they're looking pretty fine, but I will never wait that long again. That was wild. But I this year am trying to do more, self-care, I think. And I would encourage you guys to do the same. And really more than just, I mean, yes, the pedicures are great. If I could, I would get massages. If I could afford it, I would get massages once a month. A hot stone, full day spa day. I love a spa day. I love it. I love the whispers. Hi, how are you? Hi. Is there anywhere in particular you'd like to work on today? No? Okay. Just the whole vibe, and you're drinking tea, you're listening to the music. Oh, baby. If I could someday, we will see. But more than just those kinds of things that rejuvenate you, I joined an app called StepBet. I am not sponsored by them. I am just singing their praises. There's a local woman here in my town who leads these games that you have. And basically, what you do is on the app, you join this particular game for like 6 weeks or so, and you throw in $20. And if you meet the walking threshold for the duration of the game, you will get your money back and you will split the pot with whoever's left in the game. So, for example, if there's 20 people left in the game and there's 10 people left after because people dropped out because they weren't walking, you're getting that money, you're splitting the pot. But it's really not about that. It's about the motivation. And I got to tell you, I was going on my third round of step betting and I was so confident. I had done the fall one, the winter one, and then post winter. Within the first week, I was out. Oh yeah. I don't know what, it's cold where I live. My kids were sick. It was just every excuse in the book. But when I was actively doing the games, which I'm going to get back into, I felt so good because it forced me to take time for myself. It forced me to get in my steps when I can't always do. I'm just in a season of life right now where I can't really get to the gym for hours at a time. I probably could get up early. I will tell you right now, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I could get up earlier than I do. I could. I would love to be part of the 5 a.m. club because that is how I feel like people who really feel like they've accomplished their day. I always, from whatever, I don't know, I've seen, heard, whatever. It's like they get up at 5 a.m. They have a little time to themselves. Maybe they do a little workout, a little reading. Because otherwise the day gets away from you. So that's what I've been working on. And the podcast has gotten away from me, but not any longer. We are back. We are here. You can count on me. You can count on me every Wednesday from here on out till eternity, baby. We are going to be talking pop culture. We're going to be talking life. I'm going to be having interviews. We're doing a good old thing. So Anyway, that's what's been going on with me. And last night was the Grammys. Yes, yes, yes. Last night was the Grammys in Los Angeles. And they did a great job. I will say, Trevor Noah really did a great job hosting. I love him. And they raised a ton of money for all the victims of the fires out there and the first responders. They had some of the firefighters come out, and it was just a really great way to honor them and, you know, talk about everything that they've been dealing with out west. And there's always a stir. There's always a stir, I feel like, every Grammys year. Because this year, Beyonce won for Best Country Album. And then also she won Album of the Year. And people were upset because Billie Eilish, I guess, didn't win Album of the Year. And then there's controversy over the Cowboy Carter, her country album. And I will say this. And here I am stirring the pot. Beyonce, okay, well, before, I'm just going to talk more generically. And maybe I'm comparing apples and oranges, okay? But I don't think that I am. I just think entertainment and show business on the whole, right, is a very, very, very difficult industry to not only get into, but to be seen and to even be nominated for these awards of all kinds, whether it's an acting award, a music award, whatever it may be. And because, I mean, look at just on social media, there are so many talented people out there, creative, funny, uh, that can sing their asses off, okay? That can act their hearts out, and they're never really seen given the time of day, you know? And so to be in this elite group of being nominated, being seen, having your work be celebrated in this way. I know that it sounds cliche, but it's like that is the work is getting to do the work, I think, is in itself a the win right there. Because if you're getting paid to do something you love, especially as a creative, that's it right there. The business part of it, I think, comes into play obviously with award shows. People I people like to think that it's just not there's no politics involved or anything like that. Obviously there is, but just because somebody wins doesn't take away the talent of somebody else. I think that Cowboy Carter was incredible. I thought that was an incredible album. As was Lemonade. Lemonade absolutely should have won best album of the year. And I love Adele. I am in the Adele shell. Okay? Adele is somebody who is a treasure in itself. But, in my opinion, I felt Lemonade should have won that year, And so I think a lot of people, especially for Album of the Year, felt like Billie Eilish should have won. She didn't win any Grammys out of the 7 nominations. And I know there was a shot of her kind of tearing up about it. It doesn't take away her talent, her legacy, her ability, her anything that allows us to see her and continue to see her is a gift to herself and to us. So even though it feels like a loss, it's not. And here I am saying this. Someday if I get nominated for an award, I'm going to be like, screw that person who won. But Beyonce's also once in a generation. And she has always brought it. She's always brought her creativity, her best. She's given us, we like to think we don't know what a world would be like without Beyonce. It would be different. And any award she wins, I feel is deserved. So call it controversy, but that's how I feel. Billie Eilish, I was listening to her Tiny Desk series, the NPR Tiny Desk series on YouTube. Oh, love her. Love it. And also Taylor too. Like Taylor Swift has won so many awards, so celebrated, so wonderful, and people still have crap to say about her. Just, you're never going to win. There's always going to be people who say you should have won, you shouldn't have won, whatever. The fact is that the people who are nominated and the people who make it to this point have just shown up again and again and again, doing backflips, showing us their talent, left, right, and center, baby. On top of having to deal with show business, on top of navigating the business, which is what else will get you there. So you got to have both. And so, I'm always happy as a clam when Beyonce wins, but I know that people feel odd about it. I don't know why, but they do. And I will also say Chapel Roan sang and performed Pink Pony Club. And I love her story so much because I don't know if you've seen that video of her a few years ago performing for like nobody. She was performing outside with her keyboard. She was performing Pink Pony Club, and there were just a few people. And now she's at the Grammys, nominated, winning, just at the top of her game. And it goes to show you, too, that if you have any sort of idea that you want to do something in your life, give it a heartbeat, give it a try. More than just give it a try, keep doing it. Work the muscle, do the reps, because those reps allowed her to be ready for the big stage. So you got to get ready to stay ready. You know what I'm saying? And she is the absolute example of that. And how great is it for her also to be like, F you to anyone who didn't believe in her. But she won an award last night, and she used the opportunity to talk about how important it is for labels to give the love back to their artists. They are giving them everything, and they are giving these artists who are signed aren't always the ones that you know. And it is such a finicky world out there. And I can't believe I feel like I'm preaching right now, but I just I don't know. Award shows bring that out of me. But she said, like, do you, we love you. Do you love us back? Please give us health insurance, a livable wage. If you there are the majority, I would guess, musicians, especially, I know definitely this is true for actors, you're not necessarily going to know them like her or like Beyonce or Billie or whatever, but they are still working and making a living, and this is their life's work, and they need to be paid enough and given the benefits of being able to perform in a way that is allowing them to sustain their lifestyle and of being a creative. And, so I thought that was a really great thing. People stood up for her. I hope that it starts a real discussion because, you need entertainment. Think about it. You need entertainment. And think about when you're down and out. Think about when you're sad. For me, I'm turning on a show that makes me feel better. I'm turning on some music. I'm writing. I'm doing something that makes me feel like, I don't know if I'm writing, to be honest with you. I don't know if I'm writing, but I'm definitely watching a TV show or movie or listening to a song, podcast, something like that. And, that is part of like the heartbeat of what makes this rock that we're spinning on work. You know what I'm saying? So, I really liked that. And then Cynthia Erivo came out, and she was a part of the Quincy Jones tribute. And, the pipes on that lady. The pipes on that lady. She did Fly Me to the Moon. Wow. Wow. That's all I have to say. Her voice, it is just so smooth. And I am not a singer. I've always wanted to be a singer. I've never actually gone through with singing lessons, so I have no leg to stand on. I know for a fact that is natural born talent. That is natural born talent. Her smoothness, her every note was just beautiful. I mean, I thought it was just a stunning performance. And then there was a nice big tribute to him. Will Smith came out because Quincy Jones was his mentor, which I did think it was nice for him to come out in this instance. I know that some people, still feel weird about him coming back after the Chris Rock incident with hitting him at the Oscars. But I thought that he did a good job honoring him, and I thought it was a nice way to honor Quincy Jones's legacy, which is a really huge, long, beautiful career. And if you're ever interested, I recently listened to a podcast episode it was an NPR episode with, I think it was Fresh Air. and Quincy Jones was being interviewed back in 2001. And it was a great interview if you ever need. They replayed it after he died, they re-aired it, and really, really great. He talks about his upbringing, he talks about how he got started in the music industry and just casually telling stories about him and Ray Charles and Frank Sinatra. And it's a really great, great interview. So if you're looking for something like that, definitely take a listen. And I saw J-Lo there, and I must have gotten up or something. Did she I don't know if she presented or anything like that, but I did see that she was at all the parties and this and that. I think this is her year. I think this is her year. I think if she can, Ben, the marriage with Ben ran its course, and that's that. You know what I mean? And I think this year she's looking great. She's doing great. And I hope that this is her year, because she was sitting in that audience just clapping away, having a good old time. And you know who else was having a good old time, obviously, is our girl Taylor Swift. That is, I saw somebody comment in social media that she basically, this is like her office work parties. And I love that, because it is. She is bottle of champagne in hand, dancing. She's dancing with Margaret Qualley, and she was dancing with Alicia Keys' son at one point. She was looking smoking hot tamales in that dress. Smoking hot. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah. And she knew it. When you put on a dress or you get all snazzied up and you walk out and you're like, I know I'm looking good. I know tonight I'm looking good. When she was working that red carpet, that's when I knew. I was like, she's feeling it. She's confident. I think the little leg chain had a little T, for her man, because she knows he's watching. She's wearing that Chiefs red. I support you, baby. Oh yeah, I support you. I'm there. And she just has a good old time, and she's so supportive always. People give her so much shit, but she is always standing up, always singing along. Which, how does she know every lyric to every word? Every word. I mess up the lyrics to Happy Birthday, and Taylor Swift is there singing every single word on top of her own songs that she has to learn. It's so impressive. And of course, her very famous publicist, Tree Payne, was there leading the way. And that is her one and only client. And what a total flex. Oh, I have one client, and it's Taylor Swift. Oh, yeah. I navigate her brand, and I've been doing it since 2014. I'm on that payroll, baby. And there's just like a mystique about her, but like, I feel like if Tree walks in, where's Taylor? Also, the air goes out of because she's in her own right a powerhouse. But I saw her walking with Taylor on the red carpet. There's always a bunch of people around the really big celebrities, you know. No real interviews. I love the red carpet dynamics have always gotten me. I've said it time and time again, and I'll continue to say it, because it's all of these. You want to get the interview, you want to get the clip, you want to get the bite, but you have to really, Taylor, are you excited for tonight? You have to ask the right question at the right time. You have to know exactly who you're talking about. You can't mix anybody up. You have to know exactly what their career was. Oh, yeah. Honestly, I would like to try it someday. Putting it out in the universe, I feel like I could be great on the red carpet, because I think I know random ass facts about a lot of celebrities. I do. I could confidently defend a dissertation about the relationship between Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston. Absolutely. Would I get my doctorate? 100% I would. I would successfully defend. I would. And I say that with full confidence. And if they come walking up on the red carpet, Brad, how are you? Just Jen, Angie. But a lot of these big stars, they just walk by. Now, there is controversy because Babyface was being interviewed by somebody from AP News, and that person apparently cut his interview off short. And I haven't seen it yet. I headline read, so I have to watch it myself. But they did issue an apology because they cut his interview short, because I guess Chappell Roan was there. So it was basically like, scooch over, someone's better is coming. And so they apologized and said, sorry, his interview was cut short. No, it wasn't cut short. You kicked him off because you wanted someone bigger. And there's no one bigger than Babyface. Babyface, and you might say no, but it's the Babyface is the backbone to so much in this industry. And the truth of the matter is that he should never be cut off. He should never be cut short. Okay? He's an icon legend in his own right. So, you know what? They should be apologizing and having that conversation. I wouldn't do that. You give me a shot, I wouldn't do that. I'd say, Chapel, hold on, babe. We're talking to Babyface. We're talking to Babyface. So that was the big controversy. And I'm sure the after parties were bumping. We love the after parties. We love doing all that. I just feel like the Grammys after parties in particular are probably so much fun. I would assume like impromptu DJing, impromptu singing, dancing, whatever, just till the sun comes up. Till the sun comes up. I feel like Academy Awards, you have a little bit of that, but the Grammys, I just feel like you have everyone just really letting loose. Talking about headlines. This Justin Blake thing, and I'm sorry to blow in the microphone like this, but this Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively lawsuit is a 3-ring circus that will be its own movie in its own right. There's so much happening and so much coming. I truly don't think that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds and their team really thought it was going to turn into this when they first filed the complaint back in December against Justin for sexual harassment. I've said this, I have another podcast I'm on called The Gossip Girls with my friend Jessie Jollis, and we said it there too. I'm willing to eat my words if we find out more information from Blake. I am. I've read the New York Times article. I did not read through every single page of the lawsuits. I'm following people who do, so I'm listening and learning. I mean, initially I was Team Blake because of, the New York Times article was pretty damning. I was like that, I didn't love that she kind of took over the movie. It sounded like, and had her own edit, and there was some ego dancing at play. And I was kind of like turned off by that, but I was like, but still that doesn't outweigh, if she was sexually harassed and felt unsafe on set, obviously you have to address that, pretty directly. And then he came back with his lawsuit. Justin Baldoni was basically like, I got receipts and this is not how it happened. He's releasing 10-minute videos of the raw footage of them, on set, text messages. He's now launched a website, and her team, Blake's team, said, please, they tried to put a gag order on it. Please stop releasing all this evidence. And they're like, no, we're doing a website. Screw you guys. You want to mess? We're going to mess. And I don't think that they were prepared or ready for that, because I think they're just shaking in their boots. And the reason why I say that is because apparently Ryan Reynolds' team set up a little paparazzi stunt. And apparently, if you see the video, he's outside signing signing autographs, and it's all of the same pictures with all the same masking tape on like cardboard, and they're all very clearly, there's like no big cameras out. It's really, really, it's a point where you talk about 10 years from now where you're like, remember when I hit bottom? Remember when I hit bottom? Yeah, when I was signing paid background actors to look like I really am trying to take away the attention from the case. Because to me, you don't go to bed feeling good about that. You don't, because also it doesn't work. PR has changed, baby. PR has changed. It is now the court of public opinion. You got to be you got to there's so much. Everyone has head on a swivel everywhere. Everywhere. I mean, if I ever become a huge famous star, and I'll tell you right now, and you see me in Trader Joe's, you might think, is she okay because she looks so disheveled? And if I was a famous star, they would be head on a swivel. I'd be on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat in 20 seconds. So the game has changed. You can't really control as much as you could before, where the PR firms could. control an image much, much better. And they were doing a great job. Blake and Ryan were for a long, long time. I loved them. I was like, I totally fell for it. If this is an act, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, from what I'm reading, it sounds like it was a very they were not easy to work with and very difficult. And I'm at this point in time, on Monday, February 3rd, in the year of our Lord 2025, I am Team Justin Baldoni at this point. If more information comes out, I'm open. I'm open. I'm open to shift, baby. But for today, right now, from what I've seen, what I've read, what I've heard, and you have to understand, I I worked in the television industry for over a decade. Okay? I have worked with a bunch of high level celebrities, actors, executives, things of that nature, okay? You don't say no to these people. They don't hear no. It is so insulated. Everything on set, the air leaves the room when they come in, and it's just like, what do they want? And it's just their people around them. And some of them are nice. Some people show up and it's just them and they're great, but other people it's like they play into it and it's a whole thing. And it sounds like that they just made it very difficult. She should not have signed on to a movie that she didn't not want to direct. That's the fact right there. If you are signed on if as an actor, I'm gonna act and I'm gonna get my check and I'm gonna play ball. But if I sign on as an actor and I want to rewrite scenes and I want to hire my own editors and I want to make it a very difficult situation for all departments, it sounds like for many departments allegedly, then we're talking a different ballgame. Then you got to have a check in with yourself. That's why if I ever become famous, I want close people around me that are not on my payroll that say, Court, you got to stop. No, you are not sending your assistant at 3 a.m. to go get you a filet and surf and turf because you feel like it. You're not. You're not doing it. Nope. You're not gonna change the whole wardrobe of a character that you're on. And I don't think she did that. I'm just giving an example about the filet. That was just what rolled off my tongue. But I do know that she wanted to change the wardrobe for character. That was a whole department that probably spent so much time getting everything together. And there she goes changing it. So this is going to be ongoing. It is a circus. I do not know how they're going to get an unbiased jury. I really don't. I really don't. I mean, my 92-year-old grandmother knows about this, and we're having talks about it over cinnamon tea. She's also Team Justin at this point. So I don't know. I think there's probably his ego was probably no fun either, but he seems like he was just wanting to work hard, do the job, do it well, and excuse me, and just, you know, onward to the next one. This could have been lucrative for both of them to go to the other sequel to It Starts With Us, And then Colleen Hoover, the author of It Ends With Us, has deactivated her social media accounts, you know. And I mean, I don't know. It's a mess. It's a total mess. But this will be ongoing. People will have a lot of opinions. It'll go back and forth. I don't know how Blake and Ryan are going to get out of this, and I don't know how Justin is either. I think things are still dicey with him. Even if people are Team Justin, the mob changes their opinion every 2 seconds. So if I were them, if I were Blake and Justin and Ryan, I would just see if I could settle. I really would. I would just see if I could settle, go off into the mountains for a little bit, try to come back, try to just really lean into my Mint Mobile, to my Betty Buzz, to my hair care line. And I think what lesson did we learn here? What lesson did we learn here? Let's maybe not promote flowers in our hair care line and our alcohol beverage line during a movie about a domestic violence. Right? Lesson learned. Lesson learned. A little postmortem there. A little round table. We all learn, and allow yourself to learn here too. Take a break. Go away for a little bit. See if you can come back. I don't know if they will. We'll see. I have a show recommendation for you. If you haven't seen it, and listen, I'm having a blast doing a bunch of content over on TikTok and Instagram because I literally cannot stop. The show Traitors on Peacock. It is just a treat and a half. If you are looking for something that just lets you escape and have a little fun, you put on Traitors. It's hosted by Alan Cumming, and he is the whole show basically just leans into just the ridiculousness of these very serious competition shows. And it is very serious in a way, it can, for this show. But basically, if you haven't seen it, it's a bunch of reality stars who get together at a castle in Scotland, and they sit at a round table, and Alan comes around, and they put on the first day they're all sitting at a table, and they put on their little sleep masks, and Alan just taps the shoulder of 3 people. Okay? Those are the traitors. Everyone else is called a faithful. Okay? The minute that you lift up your face mask, and let's say I was tapped on the shoulder, I can't act like I'm a traitor. I have to act like I'm a faithful. The whole point of the game is the faithful is trying to sniff out the traitors, because that's who you want to get rid of. And then if you make it to the very end, you get a cash prize. And the chaos and hilarity that ensues is so beyond. Boston Rob from Survivor, the icon, the legend, is in the mix, and he's just really shaking the game up. And Tom Sandoval from Vanderpump Rules is a true treat to watch. He does not know if this is a real life game. He looks like, is this it did I don't think I signed a contract for this. I think that we are in this castle in Scotland actually trying to figure out who the traitors are, because otherwise we're all not going to make it out. Like, his theories are always wrong. He's just, but he adds so much flavor to it. It's so great. And we have, and Gabby also, she was from The Bachelor, which is she's really great. Oh God, I'm just loving so many people. We got a Wes. Wes was, part of the show. It was just, there's so many people, but treat yourself to it. It's so great. And before I sign off, I'm going to do a little bit of an order in the court. And if you don't remember my segment, Order in the Court, it's where I give my opinion on something and I give my ruling. And Order in the Court came from my high school slogan. It was when I was running to be vice president. Somebody had stepped down in the middle of the school year, and they had an election, and I said, I'm putting my hat in the ring. And my dad came up with that slogan. He said, Courtney, it's going to be Order in the Court. And I got it. So here we go. My order in the court, I would like to make a case for fondue. For fondue, you heard me right. I think that we don't appreciate, celebrate, or give enough time to the beauty of fondue, specifically fondue fountains made of chocolate. Because if I was recently discussing with a friend of mine buffets, we were talking about buffets and how much we love them and adore them. And the true marker for me of a really great, upscale, wonderful buffet is if there is a chocolate fondue fountain. You'll see me over there. You'll see me practically. Listen, I'll put on my nose clips and dive right in, baby, because you won't be able to take me away from that fountain. Where's Courtney? She's by the fountain. She's by the chocolate fondue fountain. Because the beauty of it is this: you take a stick and you have different items that you can put chocolate on, all from a fountain, usually a 3-tiered fountain. Marshmallows, strawberries, graham crackers, chocolate covered marshmallows. So you got the double chocolate going. There's no end to what you can fondue. And that's what I'd like to make the case for. I think we need to set up fondue chocolate fountains, especially within this climate right now in the world. The world could use some more fondue fountains, chocolate fondue fountains. And I think we should start setting them up all around town. I mean, I might go to my town board meeting and say, yeah, I have a line item. Yeah, chocolate fondue fountain by the playground. Let's do it. And you know what? If someday I go missing, they're going to say, where's Courtney? Oh, found her by the fondue fountain. Death by fondue. But that's how I feel. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I had so much fun with you guys. I always have so much fun. I have some fun interviews coming up. And we got award season is off to the races. So we are going to definitely be covering that. Please join me over on my other socials. Quartz Craig's Comedy. I'm having a good time over there on Instagram, TikTok. I'm on Blue Sky. I'm on YouTube. And I just hope you have a great rest of your week. And we'll see you next time.